Channel checking in, and today I'm going to take you behind the scenes on my YouTube channel. I'm going to give you a tour of my top 4 shooting locations so that you can see behind the camera, see how the sausage is made. Now, if this is your first time to the channel, do me a huge favor, give the video a like, hit that red subscribe button. I am just a dad of 2 wild things, trying to be a great parent to my kids and still accomplish my own personal goals. I just create content that is important to me: health, fitness, dad life, and any gadgets that I happen to use in my daily life that might benefit you. Now, every time I hit a milestone of subscribers, in today's case, 8,000 subscribers, I like to change it up just a little bit. We've done a 5,000 calorie food challenge. I did a live stream. I've done reviews of local food restaurants. And today we're going behind the scenes to, again, the top 4 shooting locations. And we're going to start right here. If you have any questions regarding YouTube content creation or just the dad life channel that I've kind of formed here, drop them in the comments below and let's get started. Here's what most of you see when I shoot up here in my fortress of solitude. I happen to really love this space, but it is a lot smaller than you may believe. Unfortunately, the acoustics in this room are quite horrible, or at least they were before I did some acoustic treatment. You can see I've got the paneling on the walls to hopefully cut down on the reverb in this room, but the reality is most of the acoustic treatment is actually on the left side of this room, which I'll show you in a second. But just sticking with my desk area, I've got this L-shaped desk, which I love. It's easy to clean because of the tabletop glass, but unfortunately it reflects the heck out of the lights and it makes for bad photos. So I do try to cover up some of the sections during shooting in order to prevent the glare and to make the photos a little bit easier rather than you kind of seeing straight through the desk onto my dirty floor. And over here on the left side of my office is more acoustic treatment along with some wedding photos. But here's the acoustic treatment. And again, you want the acoustic treatment in front of you and to the side. The acoustic treatment behind me is not nearly as effective as what you're going to see in the front. Unfortunately, the acoustic treatment in terms of getting it to stick to the walls, for the most part, I had to glue it onto the wall, and that will ruin your wall. You can tape it onto the wall, but I found that that tends to not be a permanent solution because when the humidity gets high enough, the tape will just fall off, unfortunately. And then we have my window. Now, you would think window's great, more light. Unfortunately, this just doesn't put in the direct light that I would want during filming. So what I do is I tend to keep that shade closed in order to add more acoustic treatment because the fabric will hopefully take up some of the audio reverb and all the different bounce and all that stuff. You can see even more acoustic treatment on the walls. And you can kind of get an idea of how small this space is, because right there is the wall. And then I've got some blankets, which do a great job for acoustically treating rooms. And I've got more of that foam stuff up here on the back. Now, in front of me, and you can kind of see my shadow, but this is the section that I use. I got my tripod lights, I've got my tripod stand, and it's a fairly small area that I cram a lot of lights and stuff into in order to make these videos look as professional as possible. And here we have my high production quality live streaming setup. You can see that I've got this blanket as more acoustic treatment. And again, I'm just trying to DIY it just because I find that the DIY stuff tends to work really well for the money. I also have my microphone, my earbuds, and then I just simply plop the laptop on that. And I actually upgraded the camera to this little junk Amazon camera that's way better than the one on my computer. And boom, you've got yourself a live stream. And again, trying to get as much use out of this small area as possible. I don't know if you thought this office was bigger or smaller. Comment below what your thoughts are, kind of coming behind the scenes on what you do and don't see during filming. We're out here on my back porch. I love to shoot video out here. It's got the fresh air, it's got the beautiful lighting, and frankly, it's just a change of pace. I don't like to get too comfortable in any one shooting location. I like to just mix it up. The reason I don't come out here more often is frankly a number of reasons. It's usually too hot, too cold, too windy, too rainy. If you think about it, there's very few opportunities where you get that perfect weather or that perfect time of the year where you can come out here religiously. But overall, when I can come out here and shoot videos, you better believe I do it. Here we are down here in my basement, my dungeon, my home gym. Many of you are probably familiar with me shooting down here. Unfortunately, it's a lot harder than you realize. I do have low ceilings, which makes the audio horribly echoey. It is a small basement, so again, everything bounces off the walls, and there's no rugs down here. So what happens is the audio is just ridiculous. And then usually while I'm shooting, thankfully, my children are having go-kart Mario races upstairs around the home, and all you hear is their little footsteps blah, 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 as they run through. So without trying to acoustically treat my home gym basement before filming, the audio, which you might be picking up right now, is not that good. One of the tricks that I use is moving blankets. If you ever tried to move, well, you've had to deal with these, and if you haven't, you're lucky. They cost about $6 or $7 a piece. I've got so many of them. I cover the entire floor, and then I cover everything that is out of sight with them that is high up in order to, again, trying to semi-cover those walls and keep that sound from just bouncing off those walls. Another issue with regards to this home gym is the shadows. If I get too close to the wall, the lights throw off a ton of shadows, and I actually have to adjust the overhead light too because it's a low ceiling. Otherwise, if I put all of these on, you can see the glare is pretty bad. So I've got 2 out of the 3 lights up here off permanently, at least when filming. So let me flip this camera around and show you what the other side looks like. If you've ever seen one of my videos down here where you don't see my barbell or my weight tree, guess what? They're covered with shipping blankets. And then you can see one of the many ring lights that I will use to light up this dark basement. I try to bounce the light off of the walls in order to kind of prevent that glare and prevent those shadows. All of this stuff is just covered with shipping blankets, again, during filming, which is why this does take me so long to film in here. It is a fairly tight space, so in order to actually get myself in here or capture any type of content with me actually lifting anything, man, oh man, it does take a hot minute. And then I got my little podium here that I pull out using the 2 plyo boxes in order to make a podium. I do find the podiums make it easier for me to not bounce around when I am standing during videoing or videotaping. And unfortunately, I like to sit down sometimes when I shoot my video content, but I just feel like it doesn't look as nice as when I'm standing up, and I'm a bit more energetic because I am on my feet. And the last shooting location that I don't use as much as I should because I do enjoy shooting in my vehicle is the vehicle. The reason I don't do it as much is because the lighting can be super off depending on the time of the year and time of the day, as well as the acoustics. Everything just bounces off of the windows like crazy. And then unfortunately, if you roll the windows down, you just get a ton of road noise. Now, I do enjoy filming in here because it ends up being quick, hit it, quit it, and I find to be a bit more relaxed in my vehicle. But oftentimes I'm on the go, so I don't have time to just kind of plop the camera down and have like a 5 or 10 minute conversation or make a 10 or 5 or 10 minute video for you. But overall, man, I hope to kind of get out on the road more, especially now that in late 2021, finally, we can say that a lot more stuff has opened up here in the United States, and frankly, I'm hoping to take advantage of it. So hopefully you should expect to see more videos from this vehicle or the dad van as I rock and roll and make use out of filming on the go. I'm a big fan of the GoPro that you see me filming with now. Unfortunately, these GoPros do not do good inside. They do not like low light situations, which is why they're meant to be action cameras. They're meant to be taken outside on the go, and hopefully throughout this year, I can take you outside on the go along with me as we try to take on more exciting videos and change up the content every now and again to help keep you motivated, interested, and to pass along some new fun information. Huge thanks to all my 8,000 subscribers. It absolutely blows me away that so many of you have taken the time to watch my videos. Hit that subscribe button. It is hugely appreciated. I do not take it for granted 1 minute. We have so much fun stuff planned. I'm hoping you can come along for this journey as we roll through 2021 and on to 2022. Here's to the next 1,000 subscribers. If you've come this far in the video and haven't hit that subscribe button yet, well, now's as good a time as any. Hit that subscribe button as usual. Thank you for watching, and don't save anything for the trip back.